light, but you get that. Well, we are in the dark. Let us put some light on the subject. Oh, that's all right. It's a backup light. We'll make it a bit more ominous. And we'll put the candle on. Not much left. And then there was light. Well, I am really not going to be on long. I'm not even really going to wait if anyone comes. Maybe a few minutes. And then we'll get into the Lord's Prayer. And I'll shut it down. And away you go. Hello, someone here. How are you? Welcome to the Archangel Michael's chat. We'll be doing the Lord's Prayer soon. Oh, they're going away. Pop in, pop out. They don't know what I'm all about. But I do. And so does God. Yes. Hello, Kiki Eyes. Popped in. Hello, Archangel. How are you going? I know I can always rely on you to pop in and even watch it after if you don't catch it. My favorite fan. So, how are you being going? Oh, another two people have popped in. That's good. Make sure you press the likes. Well, we'll get the Lord's Prayer out, eh? And start off the day. Well, so Jaggy was doing the biggie. So, we'll see how that goes. Day one should be in day two now. But yeah, I noticed around her, she's got some friends, some big friends, which is good. So she doesn't have to navigate around for her security. Well, let's get into this Lord's Prayer. Oh, we got four people. I know Kiki Eyes is there somewhere, and there's three others. Well, welcome. Welcome to the Archangel Michael's chat. Now we have to look at the Lord's Prayer. Look deep into it, because it's very deep. Oh, and you've got to use it like you are at sea, like it's a light, give you strength, so you can find your way through the storm. And there it is, so very deep in the book of Wolverine. And as I said, Wolverine, well, the government used him, manipulated him, and made him a weapon to hunt down things that the government wanted hunted down. And this book, well, is a reverse policy. If I have to put names down in this book, the book of Wolverine, the government hunts them down. Well, here we go. I'll put a bit more light on the subject. I'll drop this down so I can see, even though I have memorized it, but to make sure. Are you ready to do the Lord's Prayer? Because I am. Yes, please hit that light. Yes, there might be some delay, but that's okay. That's just the technology. Well, we are about to begin. Two people here, but that's good enough. And myself. And here we go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And deliver us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace. Amen. Well, there we go. I think I made a little mistake, but I'm sure God will forgive me. He knows we meant well, but we may do it again in a few minutes, just so we can make sure. Trying to memorize it. I have to read it many, many times before I memorize it. I almost got that right. But we will get there, guys. We will get there. So, another day, another night for me. The cat sitting over here looking at me, and every time I try to grab it, as cats do, they run away. Only come to you when they want the pat. Well, I hope we haven't had any trolls. No trolls in the chat, that's good. I don't like trolls. People will be wondering whether I'm going to say anything about Jaguar. Well, I might actually. In fact, there's quite a possibility. Like I keep telling people. Where is it? Oh, the lion. Here we go. The Pandora's box. I keep telling people they haven't worked this code out yet. And it's nearly at the time when you need to know this code. If you want to know everything on Jaguar, it's as simple as deciphering this code. This lolly paper bag. And all that is in it is just a regular dice. So when you can decipher this, then you know all about Jaguar White and his situation. And all the receipts you will know then, and then you will understand that the lady is speaking the truth all the time. Well, that's even that's a proper receipt. Oh, what do you? Oh, milk Milo, please. I don't even know if she eats that Milo stuff. I don't know why that's in the Pandora's box. Maybe that's a secret cut out later. Who knows? I have subliminal messages in everything I do. That is the way it's run. The way the world is done. Okay. I better put this away before I crush it. Okay. Uncle Michael, you are mean when you did come down from heaven and you don't come to visit your nephew. Not cool at all. Well, Adam Morningstar, this will be the first time I knew you as my nephew. So, how are you going? Just welcome to the Archangel Michael's chat. And I'm sorry I have not got to you. But it's very difficult now. I'm a man now. That's the way the rules have to be played. Unfortunately, that's just it. God heard you. Don't worry, but I'm here now. A Sigma? Well, I possibly am. I've always thought that. Well, this is how I've always looked at it. You've got your alphas, of course, who generally are the strongest. That is why they become the alpha. But they're not always the smartest. Okay? And they win, what, 8 times out of 10. So it's good to follow the alpha. Then you've got your betas, of course, that just follow. They're happy with that. Then you've got your omegas. And those omegas, they sit on the fence. They could take an alpha position, but they choose to be a beta. So they usually are the ones that the alpha has as his second in command. But see, a sigma, he knows he can beat them all, and he just does it his own way. That's all he does. A sigma does everything his own way. And you often find that a sigma will win 9 times out of 10. That's as simple as that. So, we do need alphas, we do need betas, we do need omegas, and we do need sigmas. But that's just the way that is. So, that's about life, really. That's about the 4 attributes that everyone holds. The 4 levels, really. And that's about right, because you've got the 4 circles of life. And that, if you know that one, that's everything. They say it's the 3 from Tesla. The power of 3, 6, 9. You'll find that recurring right throughout everything. And it does. Whereas the power of 4 that holds it in. Like the egg. He forgot to look at that. The universe would be like a big giant egg. So, and only 3 dimensions exist inside it. So that's why you've got the 3, 6, 9. But there is the 4th dimension, and you also heard them talk about the 5th dimension. So, there you go. And there's different levels of heaven, there's different levels of hells, different realms of demons. Not just hell, you know. Like I said, I keep telling people, Satan is the prince of hell, and his osmosis is the king. And that's just the way that one goes. But remember to hit the like. You sound like that guy from the movie with the silver mask. Oh, yes. I put on a bit of an accent. It's not my real voice. My real voice is quite Australian, actually. And very Aboriginal, if I wanted to be. But I can chuck on the voice, yes. Makes it a bit more ominous. When I read the Lord's Prayer, it sounds a bit more like, watching the movies. But that's what it's all about. A bit of entertainment. And that entertainment gets to you, it's good. Because it's the Lord's Prayer nonetheless. Which we may do again because I made a mistake. And we have to make God happy just in case. So, let's get ready. And we'll do it again, hey? This time I'll read it so I don't make the mistake. Here we go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace. Amen. And there we go. I'm sure you'll be happy now because we got it right. Now we can sit back. God's in charge of the chat until we relax. He's driving the ship now. If he's not driving a ship, he's putting the light and the strength in you to guide yourself through the storm. And there will be a light on the horizon, and you follow his light, and you will get there. Well, I wasn't going to be on long, because it does get very hot under this mask, and this candle is very low. Not much left of it. Get some more, but I will be going live every night to get those watch hours up and do the prayer. Help everyone through their day. No point having the channel and going live if you don't go live. And I'm sure people that watch later sit there quietly and think, gee, he might seem a bit off the tangent, but he does do the Lord's Prayer. He does speak sense. Why does he wear the mask? Because I wear the mask for YouTube. It's all part of the show. The world is a big show, a big stage. It's a huge stage. You go out into the bush, and I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, Crocodile Dundee, where the Aboriginal man walks off and disappears. And they say, oh, I hate it when they do that. That's a good trick. I know that one. I know that one very well. Very well indeed. That's the trick where I can take you out to a certain part of the bush, and I can see it's a bush stage, and I throw it right. And you should be looking one way, and I'll be walking that way, and then I'll wait till you just only don't take notice for a second. That's all it takes. And then I'm gone. And then you look, and there'll be no one there, and you say, gee, where did he go? Where did he go? Looking around. Where did you go? Where did you go? The next minute I come up from behind them and tap them on the back. They shit their pants. I can disappear completely. You'll never see me. I disappear. It's a very good trick. But it's a bush magician. Just like you see on man on the stage when they disappear. There's natural ways of doing that out in the bush. You just have to be cunning. And there's a whole trick, a bit of a code. Sometimes you can do a lot of tricks when you're younger, and sometimes you can't. So that's when they say, well, I could do that trick. Well, myself, I can do that trick at night. I could probably do it during the day, but I wouldn't come around and tap you on the back. That day when I just disappear, you won't see me. I'll come around later. But the night when I can cover up my little deficiency as you get older. Because as you get older, some of these tricks, you lose the power to use them unless you improvise and use your own abilities. Like a bigger man, a big, huge man, he can do that trick, but not the way I do it. But he can do it just as efficiently and disappear. He has to be cunning because he's too big to do it the way I do it. It's all about knowledge. And what we do is like I'm doing now, I don't give it too much. Because it's like an elixir, or like the old people, the best portion of the meal was the marrow inside the bone. And we call that nunjan, the marrow inside the bone. They love that the best. That's where all the knowledge inside that grows all from that, from the marrow. Because if you get marrow cancer, that's it, you finish. That's where everything generates, blood, all what through the marrow. So, that's the best portion. But for knowledge, it's the same way. When we talk about breaking the bone, I know you've heard about pointing the bone. Yes, that works. We're talking about breaking the bone. When you take people out for knowledge, just like in school, you can take them so far, or you can crack that bone just enough so they can see what's inside. And hey, they have to work out that last little bit, how to get the whole knowledge out in one go without losing any. And that's what you do. You crack the bone for them. They have to work out how to get it out before they pass to the next level. And that's the same as schools. Everyone goes through the same basic knowledge, but some are cracking the levels and cracking that bone and getting the engine out quicker, getting the information out of that learning quicker. And that's the ones that are smarter, able to cope, able to see that not everyone's like that. I've seen some things in education very quickly, other things that took me a while, still takes me a while. An intelligent person knows this. But as technology goes on, you've got spell check, you've got things that can work out. I mean, the calculator, that's it. As long as you've got spell check and calculator, you can pretty much get through. Add up, take away, divide, and times. Basics. But some people know more and go into physics and go into quantum physics and all kinds of things. Like I know how to tinker with a computer. I might know how to repair it. I might know how to write a few programs or two, which I do. But I don't know how to actually build a full computer. That's beyond me to work out all the which part, that takes a bit of learning. I can learn it, I can read a schematic, but that takes years to learn. My late partner, Kelly, her mother, she used to work for the Air Force, for the Australian Air Force, and she was like the one that did the radars, fixing the radars. So I used to walk in with a chipboard and I say, what does this belong to? She would tell me, oh, that belongs to a radio, oh, that one's a TV, that one's this. She was pretty good for that. Oh, there goes the candle, the light is out. That's giving me an indication that the chat will just about be done. Well, we got more light. Don't worry, I had a backup all along. Like I said, I won't be on long, probably another 8 minutes, get that half an hour up. For some reason, they give you an hour's worth, so I don't know what's going on there, but I like that. I think it's the amount of people that watch it. Haven't quite worked out that, but I know what it does. So, I actually like the light like this. Just drop it off, make my eyes disappear, make me more ominous. So, over on Gordon's chat, and she did very well what she does. I mean, she can do whatever she wants with her content, but I am proud that she had gone that way. There's no need to be aggressive unless you're being directly attacked or you actually got evidence, 100% evidence, as simple as that. That was a good way that she done that. And she should be very proud of herself, and Nick, she should be proud of herself too. She's a very good editor. She makes very good material. Very good. I get told I'm starting to make good material. Well, it's good. I'm actually happy I get told that. Very surprising, Don't get told that much, and that's what makes me happy. That's what makes me do it. I know I don't do much except do the Lord's Prayer and put up some good videos, I guess. Maybe a little bit of information on Jaguar. But that's really what I do. I support her and support others. And the ones that join, I give them a new video. I don't see any content creator doing that. That's, I think, is something unique, I believe. I haven't checked that yet, but I will. I'll check that one. Because I believe everyone that joins, I try to make them a video. If they join, one person joins, I'll show them joining. Gives someone a bit of imagination. Well, they're on their way to Sparta, they've joined, and I show them how they made their trip. Some are very hard, some are climbing mountains, some got to fight trolls, some slip in, making out they did fight the trolls to keep secrets. But that's just the way Sparta rolls. High in the mountains, away from the evil YouTube. And there you go. But Sparta is for all, Not just one type of person or one type of thinking, but all types of thinking. Because God, well, He made us all, so obviously He's in all types of thinking as well. But there's still rules that He would like us to follow. And in the end, we'll find that out either here on earth or when you go. But if you're a good person at heart, no matter what you believe, no matter who your partner is, or who you want to be with, or if you don't want to be with anyone at all, if you're a good soul and a good person, it will not take you long to get into heaven. You realize some of the things that they've asked you to do that you might not have done, and it'll be easy for you to repent for that. And they'll look inside that good soul of yours, and they'll slip you straight in. Like I said, when you're in heaven, you've got to be careful. A lot of things in there. When you get in here, you can start playing with the universe a little bit, and so you've got to be a little bit questioned. It's not hard, but everyone gets questioned before they go into heaven. They just have to. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And when we go into heaven, we see God's plan. More fantastic than any of ours in the universe. That's why it's locked away, so we can't see it yet. The next level. See, this life is all about, well, making sure that life continues for a start, being a good person, and paving your way and your body and all that, ready for the next level. And then who knows? Maybe when you get up to heaven, you might find out there's another level to go. You never know. I mean, what we know down here is only what man has written. Wait till you get up to heaven. That plan's magnificent. But I don't want to be in that man's book, the Bible. At the end, we end up in that big cube. That's scary. That New Jerusalem thing. Because that's what it sounds like at the end where you go. Only way that would be is if we stuffed up the earth. We have to live like that. But we'll be under very much. We will be in a matrix, Rubik's cube. Crazy big trapezoid. No, I don't like the sound of that, and somehow to me that part doesn't ring right. Because it also says that man has a hand on his own destiny. We don't have to go like that. We can make that around the whole world, Just got to get enough people, pieces on the board. There's pieces on the board, people that believe in Jesus. There's 1.4 billion Catholics just got a new pope. Leo the Lion. My symbol, the Archangel Michael symbol, the lion. When the lion lays down with the wolf, you have the symbol of God. Well, that's already happened. Wolfgang reached out to the lion already. It's not those ordained men who gold embroidery that rake in the money. That's the ones that you think that are the saviors. Ones that you think that, no, they're closer to the checkbook. They're not closer to God. Oh, that finery, that's man. God didn't set that up. Man set that up. Watch the movie In the Name of the Rose with Sean Connery. Then you will see. That is when the church decided whether they should have a purse. It's not about Jesus or God, right? Because even that Pope there is one of them times, I think they had 4 popes at that time, that they had 4 popes. Crazy times. And that's what they chose. The church will have a purse. It's not about whether Jesus had a purse, it's whether the church should have a purse. And that's what happened. What Sean Connery, he's a sleuth. He's trying to work out the murder that's been happening in this monastery. He's even got that guy that plays Hellboy in it. He plays as a hunchback. It's a very good movie. Very graphic. And very like the times. So a lot of the whipping, the burning, the punish him, and all the rest that goes with it. Evil. Evil got into that church a long time ago. There's still men of God there, but I'm not sure about this Leo the Lion. I mean, doesn't ring well to me somehow. We'll see how he goes. But I'm glad that Francis did what he did before he left. He did two things. He got that last little bit of the cross out of there and gave it to the King of England, which is pretty much the enemy. But the enemy can't use it. And he's very crafty in doing that. Because he would look thinking, why has he given me this? It's not my piece at the moment. I can't move this piece at all. Then I'll be cheating the game and I won't succeed in my plan. Because he's got a pretty good plan. We've got it sort of worked out. So that piece he gave him, took it out of the church because why? He chose the name Francis deliberately because he knew that name on the list with all the prophecies was going to be the last true pope, last man piece of God, last God man. And he himself could not trust his own parish, his own church. So he moved that piece and he thought to himself, well, I haven't had any of the other angels. I would have met him, he probably wouldn't give it to me, and I would have told him, no, you've got to move it somewhere else. I've already got enough pieces. They catch me, all of them with fuck. Sorry, I would have swore no, and he would have understood that, clean as bell. But we never met, so there you go. But the mind thinking is the same. I seen the priest move, I thought, why has he done that and given it to that guy? But he did for a reason. He got it out of there because no one in that church can be trusted. There's no men of God in there. They're men for men in there now. Okay? That Pope is a man of man. Right? That selection process is about who gets the most insurance pulls in. It's not about saving souls or being this most ordained one or having so many people under them. They earn more money through insurance. And being the ones that are close to God, you choose my insurance company, or you choose theirs, might go to hell. So that's how they run their business. And they also either co-own or own for the biggest insurance companies on the planet. Isn't that coincidental? God's an insurance policy. You believe in this? You give us this money in this plate. That's your insurance policy. You'll go to God. But I guarantee you, at the end of the day, every single one of those churches will get you to sign something. Whether you're a member, sign to prove who you are, and then you sign. Signing is contractual. Contractual is Satan's way of bringing you to his side. See, it's a business of soul collecting. God collects souls simply by a contract of have faith, a drop of water, follow 10 rules and the basic teachings. That's his way. A drop of water and faith. A drop of life to open up your mind. That's the way God spits you in. Basically, a drop of water, keep faith, 10 rules. A couple of little bylaws, a few little sections. That's it. So moral. It's moral, People know right from wrong. It's as simple as that. When someone gets hurt, you know how to hurt someone. People know right from wrong. God expects you to know that too. But Satan, he signs you in. And look at what we do. We sign everything that we do. So man worked out long ago, before we even knew how to talk, before there even was language, before there even was writing. You make this writing up, you can get them to sign. So man knew he could get you to sign things too. That's how Satan works. So have a look at the whole world then. How quickly that makes the world look. How deep in evil the world we are. You can't move anywhere, you can't get anything that's substantial like a bank account, a key card, a passport, a birth certificate, a license, anything. Sometimes you even have to sign to go from one place to the next. You know, you can't do nothing unless you end up signing it. Unless you're physically unable to, then you get someone to sign for you. It's the same as signing yourself. Once you give that power of attorney, it's like I was listening to Wolfgang Odell. Here's something I knew a long time ago. Out the front of your door, you have a welcome mat. Get a mat, but don't get a one with a welcome. Because that means you just welcomed any vampire that wants to walk up to your house and say, oh, gee, vampires only can get into your house if they're welcomed in. Well, look at this. How about that? Silly, silly, silly them. That goes for any demons or anything like that. You just welcome them straight in. So think that one. Why do they give those mats out? Welcome. See? It's all part of the fix. All part of the twisted thing. I know it sounds bad. Yes, I know I'm doom and gloom. But the fact of the matter is, we run under a system that was created to be good, to look like it's good, but it's got a lot of evil fashioning behind it. Good men created the thoughts. Evil men took it over and made money from it. You have to pay to get educated. Education is not free. You have to pay school fees. You have to pay school fees. Private, public, doesn't matter. You have to pay them. You've got to pay for uniforms. You've got to pay for, the food, the travel, and all the supplies that they need to go to school. And nowadays, they go to school, they don't need pens and pencils like I used to with files and stuff. They still have those files, little skinny things, but now they want laptops and they want computers and they want, all this technology that costs thousands of dollars. Oh, get this one. This is the only one the school is accepting, and it's like $1,500. Like they think that you could just pull this money out of your bum. Like it's raining cash. I can't see how the world is being functioning like that. I'm actually very, very confused. The world is totally beyond its means. That's how I see it. Everyone's on credit from one time to the next. And those who've got lots of money, they've either worked hard for it or, got it in evil ways. And you'll find the ones that have most money and the ones that have got the more times have got it in those evil ways. It's very sad. But my kids, the younger ones growing up, and then I've got my grandkids. I think about when these younger ones have kids, how the world is going to be then. And I see how they are now, and I see they're not going to be out of coat. They're going to get brainwashed very quickly, all these new ones coming up. Let's get it right now. They're going to take us to this new world order, get rid of the cash society, make everything a credit, and that's it. They shut the power off, and in 3 days' time, everyone's tore each other apart. Power runs all the water, all the food, everything. We would not communicate. That'll be the end. That'll be it. 3 days, unless those ones have got supplies. But I'm saying 3 days because all those other supplies will be gone in 2. And on the 3rd day, everyone will be looking for the forage. And they will start stealing from others. And the goodness of man will slip right out of us. And it'll be a free for all. Everyone for themselves. You think you get to a compound, you think I've reached the sanctuary. Yes, come in, brother, come in. only to find out that they're cannibals that put you in a pie. Crazy world, but we're gonna go that way. It's crazy, but it is. You shut that power off for 3 days in any country. You see how it goes. I seen how it went when they shut down the Facebook for 48 hours. My goodness, I'm not on Facebook. I don't do that shit. I'm way too controversial for that. Oh, my partner, she was on it. She went crazy. It was like I said, gee, all I got to do now is one more day, and you turn into one of those zombies that want to eat my brain. Cat, what are you doing? Cat's sneaking around, looking for something where he shouldn't be. Well, 40 minutes, going to 10 minutes over, which is good. Sometimes the best trick I can do is avoid touching people, touching my back. Yeah, well, I hate people touching my back too. That's the worst thing. Very, very, very quickly. Don't like touching my back, especially the top part. Very sensitive, unless I want you to. But that's a different story. Yes, well, I'll be going off very shortly. Nothing more to talk about. Jaguar should be in day two, I believe. I haven't seen anything come up, so I'm pretty sure they haven't gone live. I know Odell is going a bit live later, and we'll see how we go. I don't know whether others are going live or what I'm going to do, but I might not stay up too late tonight. Been staying up late all the time. But then again, I got a bit of content to make. I got a bit of inspiration how I like to make this series or few shorts that I'm going to make. And while I'm thinking about it, I might do it, or I'll forget about it and have to do something else. It's crazy that the more depressed I am, the better I can create something. Literally, when I'm really depressed, I can actually sketch a face quite well. But when I'm happy, I actually can't. It looks terrible. But when I'm super depressed, it's like really good. So I don't know what that is. Must try to put more concentration when I'm being depressed. Try and get out of it so I don't have to think that like that. But it's crazy. That is true. So I want to create a great piece of work. I just say, well, someone come and beat me around a bit and I'll get depressed and then I'll create a masterpiece, I guess. No, it won't work that way. Just the feeling inside, sometimes you feel down, and the more depressed when you feel down, when you go through a series of things, when you're trying to get yourself back up, and everyone keeps slipping the rug out from under you and just stumble down 2 steps more instead of, crazy. But you get that. That's life. Life chucks those curveballs at you, and you have to deal with it. Basically, I am still in the depression. I am supposed to get out of it. I'm getting out of it slowly, better than I was before. It'll all be good, though. And eventually it'll all be good. I just have to do one thing, overcome something. If I don't do that, well, it'll create a lot of arguments, and then it'll be worse. But if I overcome something and do something special, something unique, something unheard of from a man, if I do that, then I might just be able to be happy because I've chosen to do that then. You know, that's how secret that is. I'm not telling you what's about. It's just a little emotional thing I have to get through. Once I get through that, it's done. But there's certain ways to do it, and there's certain ways not to do it. And the way it's being done at the moment is creating too much argument. So a new way must be found. Just like me, I was carrying on like a pork chop with an axe ready to chop chop. You know, I still, know how to use that axe, but I know not to use it on anyone. I use it to threaten anyone or a bit too overboard when I'm trying to put a message across. Because I have never assaulted anyone like that in my life. I've seen it in front of my eyes, but I've never done it to myself. It's a bit too much, and I have to own it. That's one thing. One thing a lot of these YouTube content creators do that bag everyone, like the Black Owl and others out there. At the moment, she's a bit of a menace. She's the one I don't know. She's going to cry. I'm not going to be happy until Jaguar falls. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. You've got a woman, as far as I know, this channel was only a channel at all because she started talking about Jaguar right in the beginning, even before she met Jag. Then she had the opportunity to meet Jag, and what happened there? All that time, made a channel sitting in what like that one donut or whatever used to say, oh, Maggie's sitting in the closet, like I probably look like I'm sitting in because we use the phone instead of having all the technology. Well, it costs money to get that technology. No one's offered me any money. No one's offered to help me. I got to do it myself. And any money I get is usually got to go to the kids and get their technology. Otherwise, they'll be screaming at me like seagulls. Where's my technology? Oh, he's a chip. Computer chip. There's a few more. Oh, there's a PlayStation. And they're not cheap, anywhere from $800 to whatever the price they want to pull out their bum. But a bit of technology, when you unscrew it and you have a look at it, it probably cost about $24 to make. Literally $24 to make everything inside that, and they're pumping them out for how long? Much? 800 a pop. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's Australian dollars, of course. But there you go. And I'm going to go gold prospecting. Got to check out to see about my license for my car. Haven't had a letter for that yet, so I'm worried about when I'm supposed to get my license renewed. I want to be driving around the car and the police pull me over. So, oh, Mr. Akbar, there's no license for this vehicle. You know what they do then? Bosses, they'll tow it, they'll put it in an impound lot, they'll charge you fucking $750 to keep it there. Then you can't get it out. It's got to sit there for a month. That's how they work at the assholes. And, it makes it really difficult. Or because of they didn't send a letter to the right place. And then I won't take that. Oh, we sent a letter out. I said, well, I never received it. Well, we don't care. We sent a letter out. The licensing department. Let me tell you something about them in this country. Probably the same in America and a few other countries around the world too. You can't do anything without the licensing department. They license everything. Guns, cars, judges, the whole bit. And see, they're a government-run institution. So, who runs everything? It's supposed to be a democracy. It's supposed to be three parts to a democracy. Government, supposed to be clear so the people can see what is going on and the government can't lie with the money that we give them to run the country. But it's not. The government is a shut book. Right? The people, us, the ones that vote, we're one part of that system. And the judge in the middle, who's not supposed to be either part of the people or part of the government. He's the one that weighs up stuff so that no government or people can have total control. This is how the maintain of balance is kept. But you look at what happens. Look at the society. You have to test to the government what they're doing. It's a closed book. They only put out really what they want you to hear, and you have to go and fight to find out the rest. Sit there for hours and hours, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a minute to sit there and debate. Why did you do this? I don't record that. Why did you do that? I don't record that. Why did you do this? I don't record that. And that's the end of that. You never hear anything more of that. That's all I have to do. Deny, 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 deny. Oh, not deny. and no questions are asked. They just deny. You watch your politics, you watch the politics over here, it's all the same. Oh, I don't recall that. And that's it, it's wiped off. And that's the mentality. That's the mentality of someone that's a mental patient. That doesn't know how to own things. Own up, fess up, confess to what they've done in their heart and their mind, out of their mouth, to the rest of the world, to the person that they've done it to. It's as simple as that. Like Diddy in there. Just because he's got all that money, just because he got away for all that long, goes to the head. Especially with the celebrities. Once they got that power, once they got that fame, even if this was popping, even if I had hundreds of people, thousands of people watching me, it was fully monetized. Wouldn't go to my head. I'd still be me. Just have a bit more money in my pocket to make it a bit more easier for my day. See, they say money makes the world go around. No, the world revolves on its own axis, on its own gravity, in its own time. Money just makes sure your stay on it is a little bit easier. See, they install that in your head. You think they're saying, oh, money makes the world go around. Yeah, that's right. Money makes Satan's world go around, makes dead man's world go around. God makes the world go around with gravity, through space and time, through the forces of nature and the universe. That's our God spins the earth. Okay? Money doesn't spin it. Money keeps you on it. You will stay on it. A pleasant one or a shitty one. I mean, we carry on about money, carry on about being poor, carry on about having feelings, and some things, are really bad. If you're really bad, what happened to you? But one day thing I think about that gets through me, that makes me think I haven't really got anything to complain at all about, regardless of what it is. When you see those kids on those rubbish tips looking for food, you see those documentaries? Oh, young girls, 11-year-olds, 4-year-old boys who are searching around for morsels, or bits of plastic, or bits of aluminium, so they can sell to recycle for a few measly cents. Every day, any of us would walk around and they would complain, bitch and moan, whinge and sook, it stinks. Shut the power off for 3 days and we'll be doing that. We'll be those little kids on those rubbish tips looking for those morsels. That's what I think about. Western world has got it pretty easy, unless you like that. And then you've got to understand, why is that country like that, and how did they allow that at all? You catch kids playing around down the tip down here, you'll get into trouble. The parents will get charged. Why are you there? And kids will get kicked out. There's security and all that there to make sure that people don't go playing around. Because now rubbish tips are a commodity. Everything comes into a rubbish tip. They recycle it or make money from it. If the rubbish tips run correctly. If you're not running a rubbish tip that you're recycling and taking everything out that can be possibly reused again and again and again, if you're not doing that, you don't have a real rubbish tip. You've just got a dump. Okay? You want to chuck away rubbish, actual rubbish. A lot of stuff that we chuck away can be reused. We are a throwaway society. Nowadays, when you go to a house and you say, now we want to put a new house there, instead of going in like they used to, pop out all the old fixtures, all the old window frames, all nice stuff and that out, they just rock up with the bulldozer and they fucking smash it all down, take it all away in the back of a truck from a front end loader, and it's gone. And then they'll go and build another one. We are a throwaway society, people. We don't care about throwing things away. We throw humans away on the tip looking for food. That's where we are. We are throwaway. We throw away. We don't care. The oceans are full of plastic. Fish have got 1% plastic in their blood all over the earth. How have you done that? We haven't even explored all oceans, but we put plastic everywhere in it. You got those big islands. They say, oh, we're cleaning them up. Yeah, okay. Bullshit, bullshit. Because we're pushing out more than you clean up. It's crazy. And all that plastic, all that there, well, that's oil. You can't create that without oil. You can't create nylon without oil. They say, oh, we substituted from the oil. That's it. What are you going to do? Cut up the land, put trees there, cut that up, do the same thing as digging up oil? This is the same thing, just a different fashion. There has to be a better way. I know we can't make nothing from nothing. But there you go. God did. But we're like him, so we can work out something like that if we're smart enough. And they talk about those meat genetics machines that make meat. They process it, they make meat, that they marinate the same, sort of same. Well, crazy. That just shows you that the world is running out of food. There's not enough food to go. Like I said, 3 days. You shut that power off. Your food can't get transported around. Won't stay frozen. Certain parts of the world will survive. Certain parts of the world will die very quickly. So, we don't give them the power of taking our cash. Have both a digital currency and a cash currency. Because that's one thing that we could survive with. We could turn that evil cash that people talk about. That can become a good thing. That can be a survival thing. We can still value that in our minds and in our hearts if we want, and bring it back to God, that cash. So the time happens when all the power goes out. If you got cash, well, you will survive. And then everyone will have cash. And the government can be still the government as long as they got that cash. Because then things could still function. We can still run the petrol. We can still run all the vehicles. Just have to work out how to get that energy going again. One of those sunbursts, strong enough, knock out all the digital, that runs everything, that operates everything. Well, we have to go back to analog. That's why I have a strong belief that everything that we build, every digital bit of technology that we build, should have an analog override, just in case it shits itself. The whole reason they invented digital technology, they found out, well, it's a bit of a failing technology. Why? Because there's a glitch in it. Okay? And there's certain things you can do with digital that make it shut right up instead of analog. It's just easier to control the digital. With an analog, you can't hook it up to a computer and control everything. Right? With digital, you can. You can put it in a little box about this big, little square box with an AI written on it. And that's it. That's it. Put that inside a big mainframe computer, and that's YouTube. You know, probably got 2 or 3 of them. That's the basic version of man making a brain. Pretty easy. I've seen some crazy experiments. Brain cheese. You ever heard of brain cheese? Brain cheese is where they take 2 or 3 cells out of your brain, put them in a petri dish, and grow them. And they keep it in a special fluid, like for proteins in that, in the dish. But they shape it like it's a square, and eventually it'll grow like it's a brain inside a square. And they could hook that to electronics, and they could fly airplanes and everything. They have done it with rat cells, not that bad, and they've also done it with humans. They got to a certain stage when they was moving the labs, and they said, nope, we have to shut that little experiment down because we're doing it this way now. We're going to go total electric. We're going to go total electronic. We're not going to have the flesh. So they shut it down. One bloke, he felt very sorry. He thought to himself, well, these brain cheeses, brain squares that we've made, some of them have like proper sentiments. Like he knew that they knew that there was some sort of life, not just a bit of some brain cells. It's crazy what the experiments they do to try and find out how to be God. All about making that slaves. All you got to do is plug it in at the solar panel, and away she goes again to do all your work. They don't have to pay it. That's the thing. How are we going to get money if most of the jobs are taken? How are we going to increase? They have to, if they're going to do that, they have to introduce a worldwide, you know, welfare. There has to be a limit. There's enough money out there. If they probably did that, everyone, and they dropped all the prices, got it all even, got it all simple. They did it right. Everyone get 500 credits a week. But what's a credit? Well, you got 50 credits. They're going to surcharge you for every time you move your credits. So you move 50 credits, you're going to need, this cat is trying to look, that's not a cat. Sorry, otherwise they will fight. Yes, the credits. They'll charge you 3 credits to move that 50. So after you've moved that 50 a dozen times, there's no more 50 left. So to spend $50, you're going to have to spend $53. And then when that person gets the money, it's going to get less and less and less, the other $50, and then the bank absorbs it all back anyways. Eventually. Right? That's just how it is. You're going to have to pay money to touch your own money. Your interest won't cover it. That gets soaked up. They'll work some way around that they can take all that off you too. Okay? Because their surcharges will be more than, we charge them this much for having your money in our bank, which will make plenty of money from the interest. But because we keep it in our bank, we have to charge you now. They'll charge those laws, change those laws. It's like with everything went electric. Well, they're making too much money off of petrol at the moment. They can't do that. You can't go full electric just yet. They want to, but they haven't worked it out because the laws don't allow it in Australia, especially. They try, they say, if we go full electric now, we could do it like this. And I said, no, actually, your laws say that you can't do that, and we're not changing the laws there. We won't be able to change them. People won't like that. They'll string you up on the street. Okay? Government stuffed up. That's why they had to, we set up all these electronic things. They haven't set many up. A few, not many. So bullshit. What would I told you that they're never going to run out of oil? Would you believe me? What would I told you, like the human body regenerates its own blood, the earth regenerates its own oil. In some places, it's just pockets. In some places, it regenerates. True. There's some secret places around the world that are very strange, and they draw the oil from them. They're still drawing oil from them. Very strange stories. But I can't wait to find out now. This Diddy case is on. This big yoo-hoo. I think everyone burnt themselves out. Now they've jumped on it. They started going slowly. Now they're going to boost. You watch everyone go crazy. Watch everyone go absolutely batshit. When that first bit of news comes out, this one said, yep, he's gone. This one said that, and no, they're not going to believe that. It's going to be like that. 8 men, 4 women on a jury. You know why they stacked it with men? The reason why they stacked it with men is because the first main star one is working out is the one that's pregnant. One that Diddy bashed and dragged around the hotel. So there's clear evidence of that. And people say, is Diddy guilty? Well, hello, hang on a sec. Well, if you didn't have that tape of him belting that woman, and you didn't have all those tapes that the FBI took, well, Jag's on, so I'll be going very soon. Well, if you didn't have all those tapes that the FBI took, then he'd probably be walking around a free man. That's a fact. Okay? They got all those tapes. That's why he's locked up. They know, not sorry, the way we got all these tapes, you're going to run away straight away. We know you got the money and you're going to piss clean off. So we're locking you up. I'm not going to let you out. I'll give you 50 million. No, you're staying in. So he's staying in. Otherwise, he would have paid that 50 million and got out and walked around. You understand? They've got a case on me. They know you are gone. We're not letting you out because you know you're gone too. You know it's on all those tapes. What do the FBI do with those tapes? They'll pluck out the ones that they need to push him away. And then I look at the ones, oh, geez, look at all these politician ones that he had here. Oh, gee, we've been waiting to get them under our belt for a while. So now we'll do the same thing that Diddy was doing to them. Say, see this tape? See what you're doing here? Oh, you want the world to know about that? But do as we tell you. Well, this is the Archangel Michael's live going down. Thank you for being here, guys. The last person that's left. But I am going to see what Jaguar writes up to. So, this is the Archangel Michael. God bless. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.